So Matt will be with you in a minute to introduce Zee Avi. Here's Matt. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming out. As you know, we have here today Zee Avi, who's local from Sarawak. And with her is her music director, guitar player, and sape player, David Hurwitz. Excuse me, I'm not really good at public speaking, so I'm actually reading from a bunch of notes here. I'm doing great? I'm going to continue to do great. Just so you know, Zee is the first Malaysian artist of her age to make so many early achievements in the States in her career, including hallmark venues like the Troubadour in LA, etc., etc. She's played festivals such as Life is Good, Pop Fest in Philadelphia, Bonnaroo, South by Southwest, etc. She has had extensive press coverage in the United States from U.S. Teen Vogue, Rolling Stone, and more. Starbucks chose New York Times. Do you want to do this? Starbucks chose her second release as one of the 24 CDs they will release in their stores this year. And if for those of you that are not familiar, that's when you go to the counter at Starbucks, they have cards, they have CDs. There are not too many there, so it's a very special thing. Anything else you'd like me to add? You'll be speaking yourself, so I'm sure you can put it back in. She's a Sagittarius. Anyway, so we're looking forward to your questions and interactions with Zee. Feel free to ask anything that you like. She's gonna say some words, they're gonna play some songs, and then hopefully we'll see all of you tonight later on the Tree stage. Right. Big round of applause.
Check, check. Apa khabar? Okay, now we start. So my name is Zee Avi. As you all know, I'm from Sarawak. Is anybody from here? Ay, sikit na aja. Okay, awesome. Well, for those first time here, welcome. Beautiful. Well, you are a part of a very special festival here that has been going on for 15 years this year. So not only is this a 15-year anniversary, but it's also quite a special festival that I have attended many times before. And I always have a blast. So look forward to having a great time during your stay here. So we can start off with questions. Does anyone have any questions for me? Don't have a? Don't shy. Right. Okay, yes, this good sir over here.
When will you come to Penang?
Sorry, when will I come to Penang? I've been to Penang.
Last year, right?
Yes, last year I was in Penang. You from Penang?
Yeah.
Oh, very good food there in Penang. Can we get a mic for the audience? Is there a mic for the audience? Okay, so what would you like to know? Okay, I'll tell you about my life story lah. So basically, that's it. Yeah. So basically, back in 2007, I uploaded some videos on YouTube. But it was just half of my face and my guitar. And yes, it was an art form, actually. Non-intentional one. I started playing the guitar when I was, I think about 18, and I only learned 2 chords. I still don't know half of the chords that I play now. Whatever sounds nice and whatever speaks to you, I guess. And I've always been writing poetry and just writing in general since a very young age. And so I was studying art and fashion in London for 4 years right after high school, and I came back and I went through a mild existential crisis. I was just like, please, just tell me, what is my purpose? And so one day I just decided to open my book of poetries that I've written about my, past experiences and what I've learned, in retrospect about what I've, went through when I was in London, and I saw my guitar in the corner by its lonesome self. So I picked it up, and it all started with 2 chords, and the first song I ever wrote was Poppy, if you're familiar. So Poppy was the first video that I uploaded on YouTube, and that was the start of it all. And actually I was going to delete it, but my friend said, just wait up and let it nest there for a little bit and see what happens. And so I did, and I didn't tell my family or my friends about it. It was just kind of like, a secret of mine that would go on at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm still very nocturnal, actually. So I uploaded that, and I uploaded more because I started getting a lot of comments from just complete strangers, because as you know, YouTube is such a public community and everybody can say anything they want. But thankfully, the good comments outweighed the bad, and that motivated me to put more videos. Until one day, it's been like 6 months since I've been uploading videos now. Then. And then I decided, all right, you need to focus on reality. You're spending too much time on YouTube, clicking refresh button, seeing if the views go up and stuff. And then during our Christmas time in 2007, I wrote this song called No Christmas for Me, which was supposed to be my last video ever. And I remember it was my birthday, around my birthday, December 15. I came back from dinner and I checked my email, and there were about, I don't know, like 3,000 new mails. I was like, what is going on here? And it's all from YouTube. And so I went on youtube.com to see what's up, and I saw my video there featured on the front page of YouTube. And I couldn't believe it. I actually rolled out of the bed, like physically. I say this all the time because it actually happened. And I was ecstatic at the same time. I didn't know what to expect, but this record deal started pouring in, and I was like, I'm not too sure if I want to do this. Is this really, this is too good to be true, And then one day I just waited it out a little bit, still didn't tell my mom or my dad or my friends. Until one day I got an email from Monotone Management, and it says, hi, we're from Monotone Management and we manage the White Stripes. What? The Shins. What? MIA. What? So it was basically just a whole list of musicians that I respect and I admire. And then, so we exchanged contact info. And about a month after that, they flew me to LA, where I recorded my first album. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. And it's been quite an exciting journey. And if you have any questions for me, we can share more of that. Because now I just feel like I'm talking too much. At least if you're asking, it's like supply demand, So through this journey, I was able to meet so many wonderful people who I'm now friends with, and even more importantly, I get to create music with. And this is how I met my brother over here, David Hurwitz. You want to tell him how we met?
Well, I actually was introduced to Zee's music before I was introduced to Zee, the person, because it was during her second record, and her producer, Mario Caldado Jr., and I had made a record together a few months prior, and we had a lot of fun doing it, so he suggested, hey, why don't you come out to Los Angeles again, because I live in New York, And he said, come out again and let's work on this other record for this artist Zee Avi. She's really great. And I said, sure, I'd love to. So we went out, and Zee had already been in Los Angeles for a couple of weeks recording vocals and some of the basic tracks. So by the time I got there, it was time to put some of the icing on the cake. And for 2 weeks, Mario and I worked in the studio and got to hear Zee's voice every day. We started at the beginning of the record and worked song by song. So, you know, when you listening to the same song for 12 hours a day, working on it, adding to it, listening to the lyrics, it was like watching a photograph develop slowly in the chemicals. I got a picture of what this person was like. And then at the end of those 2 weeks, Zee came into the studio to put some finishing touches on the record. And at that time, it was as if I had already known her for a long time through the music. And I felt like we were brother and sister right away. So I told her if she ever needed some help with the live band, I would love to do it, because I had such a great experience in the studio working on her music and getting to know her in those final days. And thankfully, she took me up on the offer. And then a year and a half later, here we are.
Why don't we play you a song now? This is my new act. It's a sape lele. Any small instrument is called lele. It's like put a lele behind it. I recently bought a bass lele too. So does that make me a Zee lele? Okay, this first song that we're gonna play for you was written here in Kuching, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And if you're familiar with Kuching, you know that if you have been to this in the city of Kuching, there's a river that divides the city from the village. It's a Sarawak River, and it's a very long river. So that supplied some inspirations for this song. This song is called Mikolok Sige. Are you familiar with Mikolok? It's a Sarawakian noodle delicacy dish. They have really good ones here actually at the cafe. So if you find yourself there, don't forget to order Mikolok. And you can actually say Mikolok Sige, because that means 1 Mikolok, please. Yes. So I start this song by singing a Sarawakian folk song. It's actually a song about the legend and the myth of Putri Santubong, Princess Santubong, and it's the mountain that we're on right now. Putri Santubong, putri sejinjang, penjaga gunung negeri Sarawak, manusia ada dapat dilawan, anak dak dewa turun kayangan. Datang ke kota Kuching untuk cari ilham. Datang ke kota Kuching mencari arah perjalanan. Di kota Kuching hidup memang lagi tenang. Di kota Kuching kita mencari pengertian. Bungkus Mikolok Sige pakai makan pagi. Malam tok kita berkumpul di depan rumah Ali. Kita berloya, kita berkelakar, lama si dengar cerita. Lama si jumpa, lama si nangga, padahal lo apa berita. Ujung dekat di hatiku, di mana jua akan ku berada, ku tak akan lupa bumi kenyalangku. Thank you. Okay, now gift me with some questions. Come on, we're all family here. What's your question?
How do you come up with that song?
How did I come up with that song?
Yeah,
I just said one. I said by the river.
by the river.
Well, I actually wrote that song when I was over here for quite a while. I was here for about 3 months. I was taking care of my grandma. And there's this cafe called Katulistiwa Cafe in Kuching, and it overlooks the river. So I like to go there because it's, you know, still and calm, and, you know, I just have some food there by myself, have some drinks, and I thought about the essence of Kuching and the essence of Sarawak, actually. And for me, that song just kind of like, much like another song that I wrote in Bahasa Sarawak, it also fell quite naturally. And that was the birth of Mikolok Sige. And the river plays a very important part of that song. Okay, that's good, that's good. We're getting to places here. So, are you familiar with Kantoy? Awesome. Kantoy is a song that's very special to me, and I really like it when my bandmates just go in and when we all play it together. It's such a fun little ditty. That song was actually, it's about the classic KL relationship, you know, like you're always going to be dating a guy. If you date a Malay boy, chances are he'll play futsal. He'll be watching football every night. You know. Like, don't even think about, you know, getting him on the phone when the match is on, you know. So, you know, it came up with the idea, my friend Bella and I. And we were just hanging out one day, and then I just went. And I think she couldn't get through her boyfriend or something. And I was like, semalam I call you, you tak answer. And then I was like, cakap dia buat apa? Kata dia pergi dinner. You kata you keluar pergi dinner. I was like, and then? And so, you know, and so on and so on. I'm not going to reveal too much, but, aduh. So that song is basically, someone had a write-up about that song, and it said it was Creole Malay, because it's a hybrid of Malay and English, called Manglish. Boss. Thank you, boss. And it's basically what the newer generation of Malaysians speak now, is that you know, interchange between Malay and English in every sentence subconsciously, and without you even knowing it. So I play this everywhere. I never fail to like play it. And so, you want to hear it?
Yeah!
Oh, by the way, Kantoy means busted, like you're caught. Are you gonna play this with me?
Sure.
Okay, beautiful. Alright, don't be shy to sing along, okay? Clap your hands, do everything. Huh? No. Same thing. Alright, and it goes a little something like this. Semalam I call you, you tak answer. You kata you keluar pergi dinner. You kata you keluar dengan kawan you. But when I called Tommy, he said it wasn't true. So I drove my car pergi Damansara. Tommy kata maybe you tengok bola. Tapi bila I sampai you tak ada lagi lah. I jadi gila. So I called and called sampai you answer. You kata sorry sayang tadi tak. My phone was on silent. I was at the gym. Tapi latar belakang suara perempuan lain. Sudahlah sayang, I don't live for this. I know you know the words. Why am I with you? I pun tak tahu. No wonder lah my friends pun tak suka you. So I guess that's the end of our story. Akhirkan she accepted his apology. Tapi last kita dapat tahu she was cheating too with her ex-boyfriend's best friend. Awesome. So, okay, question time. On the mic, please. Check, 1, 2, check.
Check one. Okay.
Ah.
Hi, I'm Gavin from Sabah.
Hai Sabah.
Hi.
Apa khabar kamu?
Okay, ba.
Okay, bah.
I like the. Perhaps you can share what your experience on the Swell Window song. I love that song so much. When I hear it, it's like I'm just lounging in the beach, looking at the sunset, sort of that kind of scenery. I'm a very indie-ish person. Indie
really?
vibe. Yes, I am. And also, second question: how would you have the success of 2 albums ready? First one is your own EP, extended play, and also your gospel album. How would you see that as a success for you? What you have learned from the past 2 albums? What you can share to us, perhaps?
2 very good questions. I like. Thank you. Terima kasih, Bang. Well, the song Swell Window is the opening track of my new record, Gospel, and I actually wrote that song whilst I was still in New York, but I met a friend who became a very dear friend of mine after we had this conversation, and he is a surfer, and he basically was explaining to me the whole philosophy about surfing and the patience that it takes and the passion that it takes, and for you to actually be able to understand, you know, surfing is one of the sports in the world that you're actually going through it with nature, because you have to rely on the waves in order for you to you know, enjoy the sport. So he was telling me about Swell Window, and I was like, what's that? And Swell Window is basically that time frame of the perfect wave. And he says, you know, that's what every surfer waits for. So I put it in a romantic view about just enjoying every moment and seizing the moment. And the song is basically about you meeting someone, and you don't even have to exchange contact information with them, or you don't even have to know everything about them, but you just know that you're enjoying each other's company. So that's what the song is about, is just living it through to the very last drop. I wish I could play it for you, but it's going to be in a different key. Oh, and that song was also featured on 21 Jump Street. Random, right? My song is in a Johnny Depp movie. 6 Degrees of Separation, over. So let me try. Okay, second question. Second question is, what have I learned from the past 2 albums? Well, can you, ada feedback to? Kecil sikit, please. Well, the first album is obviously very different from the second one. Well, not that different. You get the essence of me still. But I always say a lot can happen in an hour, let alone a year, 2 years, you know? So you build up from experience, and there's definitely been quite a bit of lessons learned during the time of the first and the second album. And you know, you see things differently, you hear things differently, and you feel things in different ways. So that's what I've learned throughout the process of that. And you know, we're all still here to learn. We're constantly learning. And thankfully, the second album is projected how I wanted it to be. And I'm very excited to start on the third one too, which will be recorded next year.
Same
Thank you very much. Okay, all right, so we have what, 8 minutes? We got 8 more minutes. Question?
Yeah, quick question. Recording your first album in the States, was it difficult to work with people that probably never heard of Sarawak, let alone your background and your heritage and having music culture?
I'm sorry. I know you've already almost finished your question, but would you like to come up here? Sorry. Woo! Wow, you're beautiful.
Not to make me even more nervous, but recording your first album in the States, was it difficult to work with people that probably never even heard of Sarawak, let alone your heritage, your background? Was it more a learning process for you? Or maybe for someone from New York? Did you feel like they were trying to change your style, or?
Would I want to change my style?
Right, if they were trying to change your style to be more commercialized maybe? And take
Okay.
away from your heritage, your background?
Right. Well, thank you very much. That was a really good question. I think, I've said this twice today, and I will continue to say this when necessary, is that art has no limits, music has no boundaries. So when I went over there, it was nerve-wracking because I've never been in a studio before. But coming from somewhere else, it didn't make me nervous because people are always willing to know. If you want to know, you ask, and and we should all be more than happy to supply any sort of knowledge that one wants to acquire. So it gives me a chance to tell them about where I come from and my background, and just about Sarawak or about Malaysia in general. But thankfully I'm blessed enough to be working with people who are not out there to seek to change my sound, but instead to enhance it. So they let me keep true to myself. Yeah. Hey.
My question is kind of similar to hers. Like, how was it for you to go to Bonnaroo for such a huge festival, like coming from such a tranquil place, and then coming to the United States and seeing the jam band culture and the music scene? How was it?
Well, playing festivals, Bonnaroo especially, that was my first big festival, and it was quite an experience because I'd never played it. I didn't know what to expect, but the easiest way to experience anything is to not expect anything. So when I went there, I had such an amazing time. And backstage was a trip because you say like, oh my gosh, there's so and so, there's the boss, and like, there's Bruce Springsteen, what? And you're sharing trailers with, recently we shared trailers with Lee Von Helm, yeah, rest in peace. And so it's always kind of like a trip, really. It is really a trip, but you just got to take it as one tree at a time instead of seeing it as a whole forest, because otherwise it'll overwhelm you. So I take it bit by bit, but I remember the feeling of just being really excited and just wanting to be open to everything. And yeah, it's amazing. I love festivals. I love it. I like it even better when it rains. Any more questions?
Hello, Miss Avi. Now, I understand you were discovered in 2007 on YouTube, and within a month, you were recording your first album. Can you just tell us a little bit about that experience of recording for the first time in a legit studio? And what of this experience did you bring to recording, and what did you learn and bring to the second album?
I think that question was already asked, so.
Can you answer it differently now?
Security, can you escort this guy out? You look familiar. Do you play bass? This is my bassist, everybody. But I'll answer your question anyways, JP. Well, it was really kind of daunting at first because I've never been in a studio before ever, and the only people or way of recording that I've ever performed at was on YouTube. And going into the studio, it was kind of nerve-wracking because I was a green bean and I didn't know, what to expect. I wasn't even familiar with a track-by-track recording. I just always thought that you just press the record button in the studio and everyone just played together and like play how many ever times and just get the most perfect take out of that. But so I can't say, until now, I can't really say I'm a studio artist. I would say I'm more of a live performer because it's weird hearing, it back in your headphones and, playing to a click. Oh my gosh. The metronome is, we're not friends. But it's good practice, right? He's always telling me, no, it's your friend, it's your friend. I'm like, no, I don't want to. But what I've learned from then is, now that I've been in, many different types of studios, working with many different people. David and I work together a lot in a whole bunch of different projects. I gotta say that I love it. It's just kind of like going into, a paint studio and getting a blank canvas and just kind of like, seeing what you can make and create out of that. It's a collaboration, so I actually enjoy it, and I've learned a lot from it. Thankfully, the first time I went in there, I was taught by people who were more than willing to show me the ropes. So, you got a question for me also? Come. One last question.
My question is about, from the first record to me, to the second record, it was a lot of different colors and it was an evolution to me. What is the direction of your third record? And have you thought about it? And if there's any songs that already have been created for it?
Very good question. Thank you, sir. Where are you from? Brazil. Okay. Well, right now I'm really excited to start on my third record because I don't even know the growth and the evolution that will come with it. But right now, the process of recording always comes in different stages. There's the experiencing part, the writing part, and then the creating part. And right now, I'm still in the middle of the experiencing part. So I'm very excited to know that. And recently, I've been, mingling and kind of been exposed to many different types of music that vibes really well with me and evokes a lot of different sounds out of my instruments that they were never there before, so it opened up a lot of gates. But thank you so much, and you look like you play percussion. My bandmates, everybody. Oh, we're out of time. Yeah, they're really like happy. But well, you know what? If you guys are going to be here tonight, we're playing at 11:30, and it's going to be a great show because we're integrating a lot of traditional instruments into it as well. So come and partay. Thank you so much.